Hello, my name's Suzanne Lester, and I'm a play and filial therapist. And today I want to talk about my new online business called Sweet Families. So as a play and filial therapist, I work directly with children and their families to help them manage the difficult behaviours, the attachment relationships, just getting on better as families, and to help them manage those difficult times like bedtimes, morning times. Often the children that I work with have had very difficult early life experiences, but sometimes it's just everyday difficulties that they're experiencing now. And I work on a one-to-one basis with children and one-to-one with families. I also do training for schools as well, and training for families, just to help them with these more common difficulties. And then last year, in 2019, I was talking to my family, my brothers, my sons, about my job in a little bit more detail than I've probably done before. And just talking to them about my passions, my ideas, my thoughts and feelings around my job. And together we started to come up with an idea for an online business. One of the things I've always tried to do with my job is to find ways to make the information, as a psychologist, the information that you get sometimes isn't all that easy to understand, but for me it's about making that information easier to understand, accessible, and then really practical for their everyday lives. So there's not much point in being able to just read and know about something without actually being able to put it into practice. So I spend quite a lot of time thinking about creative ways of helping to get that information over and thinking about how it might fit within their individual family. And so what I really wanted to do was find a way of doing that more universally, really, being able to be available to more families, and to make the ideas so that people can download them, print them off and use them for themselves. And that's one of the things that we do at Sweet Families. We also put together, I've written some guides so that there's these ways of understanding about how attachment might be affecting your child, or the things that, other activities that you might think about doing, like sensory play and the importance of play. As a play therapist, obviously play and toys are a passion of mine. And you know, I wanted to find ways to give families ideas about what they could do, but also to understand the value of what they're actually doing. Before I became a play therapist, I was actually a teacher, and I taught children with learning difficulties as well as children that were struggling. And in that job, I found it, you know, really beneficial if I could try to make it so that the children could get the information that the rest of the class were learning about, but in a way that they could access it, because that was really difficult. So accessing information and accessing resources is a real big passion of mine. I'm not always the greatest though at technology and drawing and writing and etc. So when I was talking to my family about Sweet Families and talking about my online ideas, they were like, well, we could do that, you know. So one of my brothers, he actually creates websites, that's his job. Another one is great with the social media and pretty good at creating resources like that. And also my son, who is another part of the business, he's a graphic designer. So, and my partner is a photographer and is doing this video right now. So, you know, it kind of seemed like it could all just come together for us. So what we've tried to do is pull together all of my background, my experiences as both a psychologist, as a play therapist. I've also been a teacher and done CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy, and I'm a neuro-linguistic programmer, an NLP practitioner. So all of those things kind of build up on my experience, and when put together, that forms the information that I give to families. And so on Sweet Families, which is our online business, that is what I've tried to do, is to put all that information together. And we'd really like you to come along and have a look. We're quite new, so the website's not jam-packed full, but we've got quite a lot of great ideas on there already, things that you can do with your children, articles that you can read. You can also subscribe to our Facebook page and Instagram, etc., which we're trying to build upon as well. So we'd really like to see you on Sweet Families and get some feedback from you too, to help us continue to build our website. So I will be seeing you soon. I think the next thing I'm going to talk about is a calm box, and why it's important and what's different about our calm box than every other calm box. So see you again soon.